back to the lecture series of Computer-Aided Manufacturing. I am Neha Joshi, Assistant Professor in Mechanical Engineering Department at LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. Let's start our fourth chapter, that is Group Technology. In previous session, we had discussed about overview of group technology, when to use group technology, process type layout, and group technology type layout. Now in today's session, we will cover different topics like part family, composite part method, product flow analysis, design and manufacturing attributes. Now first of all, what is part family? A collection of parts that possess similarities in geometric shape and size or in the processing steps used in their manufacture. Part families are central features of group technology. There are always differences among parts in a family, but the similarities are close enough that the parts can be grouped in the same family. A part has been designed for manufacturing, usually has to be produced by several succeeding manufacturing operations. If there is a large spectrum of parts to be produced, it will be necessary for workpiece to save common processing equipment. It is advantageous to group parts together to families either according to their geometric similarities or to the similar fabrication methods. Now we will take one example of part family. A ball bearing company manufacturing different type of ball bearing needs to manufacture number of varieties of inner race, outer race, ball, separators. Okay? By using the philosophy of group technology, these parts are grouped into a following part families that are part family of inner race, part family of outer race, part family of balls, part family of separators, and part family of rivets, as you can see in the diagram. Bearing 1, bearing 2, bearing 3 up to bearing n are the n number of products manufactured from the 5 part family, as you can see here in the diagram. Now here in the diagram you can see similar prismatic part require similar milling operations. Okay, the parts require same operations that are milling, so we can group them into a one part family. Here in the diagram you can see this similar part requires similar machine operation. So all the parts require drilling, surface milling, all etc. Okay, so we can group them according to the manufacturing process required. Now here you can see identical parts requiring complete different manufacturing process. Okay, the parts are look like same, but the material of the both parts are different. So the manufacturing process required for the both parts are different, but based on the design, we can group them into a one part family. Now here you can see 10 parts are different in size, shape and material, but quite similar in terms of manufacturing. All the parts are machined from cylindrical stock by turning. Some parts require drilling and or milling. So based on the manufacturing required to produce the part, we can group them in one part family. Now we will discuss way to identify part families. How to identify part families? The major obstacle in changeover from conventional process layout to group technology layout is the problem of grouping parts into part family. So there are four general methods of grouping part into part families. First one is visual inspection, the second one is composite part method, third one is product flow analysis, and fourth method is part classification and coding. We will discuss all the methods one by one. Now first method is visual inspection. Now using based judgment to group parts into appropriate families based on the parts or photos of the parts. In visual inspection, the grouping of the parts into part families is done by looking for similarities in shape, size and methods of manufacture. The visual inspection is least expensive method, however it is least sophisticated and least accurate method. The visual inspection method needs a lot of experience and can only be employed if the number of parts is not very large. So visual inspection is not generally used in group technology. Now second method is composite part method. Now in this method, the features of all the parts of the part family are combined into a hypothetical composite part. Now here you can see hypothetical composite part. There are four different parts. In this part we group in a one hypothetical part. For a hypothetical composite part, the list of all operations is prepared and tool setting is done on a multi-tool setup which can handle all the tools like a turret. The list of operations for hypothetical composite part essentially include all the operations required for machining the complete part family. Each part family may not need all the operations of the hypothetical composite part. Here you can see in the diagram there are four different parts. We group their part into a hypothetical part, and tooling for the parts will be prepared. Now next method is product flow analysis. Now what is product flow analysis? The product flow analysis use manufacturing data to identify part families. The product flow analysis involves four steps that are data collection, sorting of operation, preparation of product flow analysis chart and data analysis. Now first step is data collection. In data collection, the data such as part number and operation sequence is collected from the manufacturing data contained in the root set. Then second step is sorting of operation. The sorting of operation is that in which the operations are arranged according to similarly. The third step is preparation of PFA chart. Now PFA chart, product flow analysis chart containing the data of part number against operation or machine code. The cross mark, as you can see in the diagram, at location of indicate part number require which manufacturing operations. With part number in 1 require operation A, B, C, as you can see in the diagram. Part number 2 require operation F, G. Part number 3 requires operation H, I, K. Part number 4 requires operation B, C. Part number 5 require operation H, I, J, K. Part number 6 require operation A, B, T, and part number 7 require operation E and H. As you can see, cross mark is over there, and which part is required the machining operation. And last step in the product flow analysis is data analysis. The data from PFA chart is then analyzed, and part requiring similar operations are grouped together as a part family. Now, based on the similarities in manufacturing operations required, part number 1, 4 and 6 are grouped into a part family 1. Part number 2 and 7 are grouped into a part family 2. And part number 3 and 5 are grouped into a part family 3 because the manufacturing process required are more or less similar. The disadvantages of product flow analysis is that it accepts validity of existing root set without checking its consistency or validity. So this is the product flow analysis. Now last method is part classification and coding. Now part classification is the process of grouping of the part on the basis of essential features of the parts. Coding is the process assigning the codes to the parts. Part classification and coding is then required to group the similar parts and identify them by code. Now, part classification and coding identify similarities among parts and relating the similarities by means of numerical coding system. Problem associated with the above three methods of identifying part families are most time consuming of three methods, must be customized for a given company or industry. So reason for using coding scheme is design retrieval, automated process planning, machine cell design. Now in part classification and coding, the parts are grouped into family by considering design attributes of each part, manufacturing attributes of each part, and both design and manufacturing attributes. This part classification coding may be carried out on the entire list of activities part of the form. The attributes of the part are uniquely defined and identified by means of code number. Many part classification and coding systems have been developed throughout the world. Large number of commercial software and available for part classification and coding. Okay, so most of the classification and coding system are based on part design attributes, part manufacturing attributes, and both design and manufacturing attributes. So now part classification and coding involves the activities part classification and part coding. Now we will discuss a part classification system. First one is system based on design attributes. Okay, so in design attributes, this category of system are useful for designing standardization. The different design attributes used for parts classification in this system are major dimensions, basic external shape, basic internal shape of the part, length to diameter ratio, then material type, part function, tolerance, and surface finish. Next is system based on part manufacturing attributes. This category of system are used for computer-aided process planning, tool design, and other production-related functions. The different manufacturing attributes used for part classification in this system are major process required, then operation sequence, batch sizes of the part, annual production, machine tools, cutting tools, and material type. And last one is both design and manufacturing attributes. This category of system attempt to combine the attributes and advantages of first two types of the system into a single system. The different attributes for the part classification in this type are basic external internal shape, length to diameter ratio, material type, part function, major and minor dimensions, tolerances, surface finish, major and minor process, machine tool, operation sequence, and production type. So this is what about the different way to identify part family. Thank you for watching this video.